Blood Bowl 2. I'm Kyle,
And I'm Jay.
and today we're going to talk about some Dark Elf teams. First team we're going to talk about is our standard Dark Elf team.
Alright, as with all our standard teams, we first look over to our team rerolls and apothecary. Again, like the high elf team, these players are expensive, but they're all worth it. So we got one reroll, one apothecary. You know, that's our what we're going to consider standard for this team here. Moving into the witch elves, you're going to need these for every single team almost. Uh, you'd be crazy not to run them. They are so good. They come with 7 movement, 3 strength, 4 agility, 7 armor. You know that 7 armor means there's a chance they could die. It's always up there in the air. But they have frenzy, which means these things are going to be putting a whooping on a lot of players. Dodge means they're going to be able to get in and out, and with that 4 agility, definitely be able to move. Jump up again. If they get knocked down, they get up and they can keep moving. They don't lose any movement.
Are you saying if they get knocked down, they get up again?
Yeah, that's that's exactly what I'm saying. Moving on to our runner, our as we're going to call it as our side quarterback. They come with a 7 movement speed, 3 and 4 and 7. These are pretty much the standard stats you're going to see almost across the board. Again, another team with 4 agility across the board, very strong, very capable of moving the ball. But this player here has access to the passing tree, so he's going to be our kind of sideline quarterback as soon as we can get him. He comes standard with dump off, which allows us to just get that ball out of the way and get it onto the field.
Yeah, so if somebody throws a block at you, you can just throw it to a player around you. This guy is extremely strong. He gets the general agility and the passing trees. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
he has access to a lot of good stuff.
yeah, he's the Dark Elf Swiss Army knife for sure.
Yeah. Followed up here, we got our blitzer. You know, standard blitzer, 7 movement, 3 strength, 4 agility, 8 armor. Means they're gonna survive a few hits. Block as always. Uh, again, agility, access to the tree in general. So one of the good things is you'll be able to pick up dodge early, and that means they negate 2 dice rolls. Well, as we refer to it as blodge.
Which is always a plus. Got some
And
linemen.
yeah, lineman, nothing to write home about. 6 movements, pretty strong. 3 strength, 4 agility, 8 armor. You know, they're going to stick around. They can pick up the ball and move it. Not quite as fast as your high elf players, but still pretty good.
Yeah, with the 3 strength, they're not going to be hurting anybody, but that's not what this team's about. This agility, picking up the ball, running with the ball, and, being able to take at least one hit before they can get to the end zone.
Right.
Next up, we're going to talk about a Dark Elf Bashy team.
And probably one of the only bashy elf teams that are out there are the Dark Elves. They have a lot of fun stuff. They have your Witch Elves, which we talked about previously, but they also have the Assassin, which we're going to go in more in depth into right now. They got movement 6, strength 3, agility 4, armor 7. They're going to probably die. Let's go ahead and get that out there.
Yeah,
But,
go. This is an expensive player that's going to die pretty easy.
yeah, with shadowing, they're going to be able to follow up and stay behind players and really, limit their movement, especially some of these dodgier teams. When you move into like goblins or against an actual competitive team like Lizardmen. Stab, one of the strongest aspects of this player, and I think the only player that actually has this ability. They essentially, whenever they do a block action, or they'll be able to roll against the armor and go straight into the injury table instead of actually having to throw a decent block at somebody. So their strength is not even a factor in this. They're going to be creating casualties. And the Blitzer. You know, we got 2 of these, two of the previous, 2 of the previous. So, and the rest are going to be followed up by linemen. This team here, we got no rerolls, but an apothecary because we expect to lose players. We tried to squeeze it here and there to try to get some rerolls, but to have a solid team, this is what we really need.
And the last team we're going to talk about is our Dark Elf Snowball team.
All right, as with all our snowball teams, it's primarily linemen, but we're going to have that 9 fan factor. We're going to have 1 apothecary and no rerolls, unfortunately. But this is a much more well-rounded team than our usual snowball teams. Here we're rocking in with our 2 witch elves. You know, they got the frenzy, they got the dodge, they got the jump up, they got all the moves. and then our another runner slash thrower. This is our quarterback, even though they're called runners. I never quite understood that. And followed up with the rest of our linemen. They're going to be able. Everybody on this team is going to be able to pick up the ball with agility 4, and move it with that at least a movement speed of 6.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good team. The no reroll thing kind of hurts in the beginning, but after that first game having 9 fan factor, it's not gonna be an issue. I don't think.
Yeah, you're going to be able to pick up as long as you don't lose any players in your first game or your second game. You're going to be able to pick up, your re-rolls. You're going to be able to pick up some more players, some better equipped players. Everything's going to be worked out just right.
Yeah, I would say get a reroll or 2 first, and then switch out one of these linemen for at least another runner. That way you can spread the offense a little better.
Yeah, or get an assassin because those
Yeah.
are always fun.
It's true too. Well, this is how we build a snowball team. If you guys have any ideas on how to build a Dark Elf team, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
Or any questions.